It's time to act. If this is you who is watching this video and you are impacted,
it's turned off.
Okay, Matt, there's an important milestone coming up in the world of M365 services with something that is being retired. Can you tell us all about that?
Yeah, actually, SharePoint 2013 workflows. These are the things that if you have any type of alert or some type of approval workflow that you've got turned on and you're not using Power Automate for, that is done in 2013 workflows. Those workflows are being retired. They are actually, if you have a brand new tenant, you will not get them. They're turned off for brand new tenants. So if you have a tenant that's already working, it will be retired as of April 2nd, 2026. Now, if you are like a lot of our clients, you may have a lot of these workflows sitting out there. So that is something that you'll have to check your tenant for and make sure that you are prepared for when they go away.
And to be clear, when they mean turn off, they mean gone, right? Not acceptable.
Gone is the age of the mastodon. They are talking about turning it off and no more workflows in that way. So that means you will not be able to start. That means you can't stop. That means you're done.
I have a number of SharePoint 2013 workflows. How do I plan for this? Where should I start?
The first thing you need to do is identify them, and you can identify them either by calling somebody who can help you with that, or you can download the SharePoint modernization tool, run it on your tenant, and you'll get a listing of where those workflows are. What you'll then need to do is to plan out take a look and see what those workflows do, and then plan on either retiring them completely, or if you still need that automation, most people still need that automation, you plan for upgrading to something like a Power Automate flow that will allow you to continue the automation in your SharePoint environment.
Now, that assessment tool, that is available for anyone to download, is that correct? And then we can kind of judge from that tool which workflows are out there that would be impacted by this?
Yeah, that's correct. It's a free download. You will need a SharePoint administrator in order to run it, and it will give you an output on what workflows are where in your tenant.
Okay. You mentioned something earlier, Power Automate. Where does that come into play with all of this? And maybe I've never heard of it. I have, because Sparkhound does so much work on Power Automate. Let's just say I've never heard of it before. What is Power Automate, and where does it fit in?
Yeah, Power Automate is Microsoft's new workflow engine. It is an abstracted service. It actually works in a number of different ways. You can connect third-party applications to it. You can do a number of different things. It actually is much stronger than the SharePoint 2013 workflow in that you have connectors, native connectors that connect to other things inside the Microsoft 365 system, as well as third party. There's over 1,000 different data connectors that you can use to extend and to improve your workflow. So that is part of the Power Platform, and if you have an enterprise style license with Microsoft, you actually have some licenses that you can use inside of your Microsoft 365 environment.
Very cool. So on that same kind of topic of modernization, right? This is SharePoint 2013. A lot has happened since 2013. Let's kind of paint a rosy picture here. Like, what can people be looking forward to as they're upgrading these older services and moving into a more modern SharePoint or Power Automate? Like, from people who maybe haven't touched these things in a very, very, very long time, what's something to take advantage of as they're doing this with some of their old flows and sites that are out there?
Yeah, so one of the things, a quick win that you can get right away is the use of other communication methods. So for instance, it's very, very easy inside of Power Automate to send a chat rather than an email. So you can actually have something that sends out, when an alert comes out, it just doesn't go to the email black hole. It goes to Teams, or to a Teams channel, or to an individual chat. So that's one thing that's very easy to turn on and you can use just right away. From that, because it ties into the other parts of the Microsoft ecosystem, you have the ability then to extend these things. So instead of, if you're like me and you've built these things back in the good old days, you always had to call the HTTP service and deal with calls and responses and dealing with JSON and stuff like that. The Power Automate with the native connectors allows you just to be dropping variables on and to be able to drop things on a canvas. So your development experience is more pleasing, as well as it's easier to get your work done.
Gotcha. So in closing here, you pointed to the patch, right? The Hound, Sparkhound, right? How are we helping our customers? Because you mentioned it. We have a lot of people using these older workflows, right? So how are we helping to kind of alleviate the stress of, oh my God, this is going away. I don't even know where to start. Where does Sparkhound help and kind of plan for best course of action?
Yeah, so what we're offering our clients and our customers is essentially what is a free running of this Microsoft modernizational tool. So we'll handle that for you, and we'll find out where these workflows are. Do you have any? And if you have any, are they active? Then from there, we work with our clients to find out, just as I said before, what are these things doing? We will create a map for you of what that workflow is doing, and then talk to you about what you need to do to move it into the Power Automate system. So how Sparkhound can help you, this isn't something you have to worry about. You can let us worry about it. We will come in, we'll take a look and see where your workflows are, what is going to be at risk, and then help you solve that problem, help you migrate out.
Very cool. And in closing, it's time to act. If this is you who is watching this video and you are impacted, because once again, Matt,
it's turned off. Yep. In April of 2026, it is gone. So if you are a company that has a lot of these or a couple of large workflows, and there are quite a few of you out there, you need to be planning now. Be able to make sure that you have time to test, time to implement, and don't leave it to the last minute, because there is no calling Microsoft and extending this. This is a end of life date.
Thanks, Matt.
Thanks.